Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to share a new readathon with you guys. If you are familiar with me and my channel, I am co-host of Bookish Bash, which is a community for book lovers where we do readathons, read-alongs, and photo challenges on Instagram. And we kind of rotate each month and we do a different activity. So for February, we are doing a readathon and we are doing Creatureathon. This is going to run from February 4th to February 10th. And we have 5 challenges for you during this readathon. So as the name implies, this is going to feature a bunch of books that have creatures in them or any variation thereof of what you would consider a creature. As with all of our other readathons, there are no hard and fast rules. Like, you can make this your own. You don't have to adhere to any strict rules or anything, but we do have some challenges to share with you. And along with this video today, I'm also going to be sharing my TBR and maybe give you some ideas of what books could fit into these challenges. So the first challenge, as always with all of our readathons, is to post a TBR photo and to tag us and use the hashtag Bookish Bash. We also have a hashtag for this readathon, which is hashtag Creatureathon. I will have all of that information listed down below if you forget. And you can post that photo on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you like to post. We do have a Twitter and an Instagram, and we also have a website, but for hashtag purposes, Twitter and Instagram. So our other 4 challenges are going to be reading challenges. The first challenge is to read a book that features a supernatural creature. Our second challenge is to read a book featuring a fantasy or mythical creature. The next challenge is to read a book that features a creature that you are scared of. And the last challenge is to read a book with the name of a creature in the title. So that can be like a fantastical creature, or it could be something like bear, bird. You know, those are still technically creatures, even if they don't have like a fantastical or supernatural element to them. So with that being said, let me tell you what I plan on fitting in with these challenges. So typically my strategy with readathons is to try to fit books I already kind of want to read during the month into the challenge as best I can, or series that I'm in the middle of that I want to advance in. If any of those kind of things can fit into challenges, that's kind of what I want to do, so I'm not adding 20 books to my to-read list for the month. So first up is for the challenge of a supernatural creature, and for that I'm going to be reading Frostbite. This is the second book in the Vampire Academy series. I read the first book in 2018, maybe 2017, don't remember. It's been a while, but since this has vampires in it, that works for supernatural creature. Next is for the challenge of a fantasy or mythical creature, and this is probably my most excited book for this readathon, and that is Song of the Dead by Sarah Glynn Marsh. This is the second book in the Reign of the Fallen series. If you are not familiar with it, Reign of the Fallen is the first book. This was a book that I bought off of the cover alone. Also, it's a fantasy with necromancers, so you know, the synopsis got me too. But in January, the second book came out, which I of course pre-ordered the second I finished Reign of the Fallen. Also, Sarah is a wonderful human being. If you do not follow her on Twitter, highly recommend. So I just got my pre-order in today. I just picked it up from the post office, so I'm very excited to include this. And the reason it fits into this challenge is because there is a dragon type-esque creature. I don't know details about it yet. Obviously, I haven't read the book yet. But with the pre-order came some character cards, and we have 4 new character cards, and one of them includes what looks like a dragon or some variation thereof. Next up is for the challenge of a creature that scares you. I had some trouble with this one. There's not a lot of strict creatures that scare me, although I do have 2 options for this challenge, so it could work either way. The first one I'm going to do is Stars Above. This is a collection of short stories in the Lunar Chronicles series. I have read all of the Lunar Chronicles. I have also read Fairest, which will be in my January wrap-up, which should be going up after this video. So one of the characters from this series is a wolf hybrid, practically a werewolf-ish, but it's more of a human experiment situation than a gene. And that character is based off of the big bad wolf from Red Riding Hood. And I know that one of these short stories is about that character and the experiments that happen to turn him into this wolf creature. And I think werewolves are scary, especially when they've been genetically engineered to be extremely brutal killing machines. It's pretty scary to me, so I think that works. But also, I'm going to be reading an audiobook that I just got from my library, which is Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. That is the second book in this series, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. But if you have been around the channel for a little over a year, November, I think of 2017, I read the first book in this series, and it put me in a massive reading slump. I don't know what it was. I think it's the writing style. I really like it, but I can't get through it quickly for some reason. So I decided to put this down for a while, obviously, and I've been waiting for the audiobook because I think it will be easier to get through quickly on audiobook. So we're going to try to get through that this week. And this matches the creature you're scared of because it has like Urukai and orcs, which are scary. So. And the last challenge is to read a book with the character, creature, whatever name in the title. So for that, I'm going with Hellboy. For those of you unfamiliar, I do have another channel that does mainly movie and TV show reviews, but we also sprinkle in some book review things, especially with adaptations, hence Hellboy. We are prepping for the new Hellboy movie that comes out in April on Netflix, and so we know that the new movie is based off of a collection of 3 specific comics, so we are reading through all 3 of those comics, and we have like a very strict schedule for how we read things so we can get videos done in time. And so this book, this comic, falls into the week of this readathon, so I thought it would be perfect. So this is volume 9, which is The Wild Hunt. If you don't know, the new Hellboy movie is based off of volume 8, 9, and 12 of this run. So I'm reading 8 this week, should be done in the next 2 days. I'm filming this on the weekend, and then I'll be reading this during the next week. So Hellboy is a creature, so counts. And that wraps up this announcement and TBR video. I hope that you guys join us during this readathon. I will be weekly vlogging during this readathon, so I will have one long vlog at the end of the week with all of my adventures during the week, reading this book, these books. There's going to be more than one, I guarantee. But I hope you guys join us. Please let me know down in the comments if you plan on participating. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram so you can kind of chat with us throughout the week. And I believe we'll still be running some Twitter sprints over on Twitter. I haven't quite figured out the schedule for that yet, but it will be happening. So definitely make sure you follow us on Twitter if Twitter sprints is something that motivates you during readathons. I know it helps me a lot. Not really when I'm running them, but I do like running them. I just don't get any reading done when I run them. So yeah, I'm very excited. Think I've said it enough. Hope you join us, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.